Okay, I still don't have my studio set up yet the way I like, so I'm still doing videos like this. Um, Hair combed, okay. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Anyway, got a topic today I'd like to cover. You know, many people out there they talk about how God will provide, and I may have talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. And I am not going to deny the fact that God provides. I do just want to bring something out though that I heard a gentleman say the other day. Is talking about how the Social Security possibly could be cut in half. They're always threatening, things about Social Security, something gonna go wrong, this and that and the other, and all the food prices are going sky high, and this and that and the other. And so the thought is, should should we prepare for these things? Should we prepare for difficult or hard times, possibly shortages of food, um, and such? And people will say, well, I'm not worried about it. God will provide. Well, my only question is, does that make God an entitlement program? Do we just get further in debt and not try to prepare things and expect things to go wrong to just put our hands out? People will talk about Elijah being fed by the birds. Okay, how many times does that happen? I kind of like the Joseph approach. When the Bible speaks that, are you not more precious than the birds? Because God takes care of the birds. However, the birds don't sit in their nest and wait for God to pick worms out of the ground and feed them. They still have to go out after the food. God provides the soil to plant. God provides the sunshine. God provides the rain. God provides the means to be able to self-sustain. But I don't necessarily think he's going to just hand feed you. Not that he couldn't. So my question is, are people taking that consideration, or they just think we as United States of America, everything always has been and everything always will be? Because the Bible does talk about famine. I don't know when things are going to get bad. I know they're not looking the best right now. Some prophets say things are going to be great. Maybe they're right. Hope they're right. But have you thought about, I mean, many people tell me, hey, God will provide, but yet they hear of a snowstorm and, everybody runs the store like they've never had any food before. Oh, I got to go get some food because, boy, we're going to run out. Huh. People have spare tires in case they have a flat. They're prepared for that. But are they prepared for the times the Bible speaks that's coming? I don't think everybody is. Even the squirrels, what do? They go out and gather nuts and they go hide in places, stash in places to stock up some. Now, I know the Bible talks about, don't trust riches, don't trust in all those things. I understand that. But should you not prepare to take care of your family in difficult times? Should we not be able to help our family to make it when we're gone? So these are just something I want to bring out, because if, let's say, some hard times end up coming, and we say, and we look at this crazy conspiracy nut over here that's stocking everything away, and then we don't do anything, and hard times comes, and Well, God's going to provide. Maybe he provides for that crazy conspiracy nut to put stuff back. Well, that'd be great, but I don't think we should count on that. I think we should prepare for these things knowing that they are going to happen. Trust in God. Yes, do all you can do and let God do the rest. I'm not saying you necessarily have to dig a hole in the ground and live in it, although, sometimes that sounds appealing, to hide away from the world, but we have to use wisdom. The Bible says be wise as serpent, meek as doves. And this whole thing of just pawning it off that God's going to hand feed us, I don't go along with that so much. I mean, look at Joseph. He was able to prepare to be able to help people out. Noah had to prepare. I'm sure he had to load up that ark. Like I say, there's 3 cases that I can think of that God actually just hand fed, and that was through the ravens from Elijah, and when he fed the 5,000 and when he fed 4,000. So, and the Bible also says, owe no man nothing, and, we get so far in debt. Maybe we should do things. Does it hurt to buy a little silver, invest in a little silver, invest in a little gold, invest a little something? I mean, and when it talks about the talents, what did they do? So maybe it wouldn't hurt to invest something and do some wise preparing for the future, not necessarily throwing everything into something and being a nutcase. Although that may be good to be a nutcase in some instances, because when we think about, okay, God preparing, what would happen? Are we guaranteed electricity? Are we guaranteed that's going to always be there? What would happen? I mean, I know a lot of people talk about, an EMP, the enemy may drop an EMP, and they might. But the sun also can have solar flares. What would happen if the electricity went off? What would you do? Would you sit in your living room and hold out your hand and wait for God to put food in your hand? Or do you think, hey, a lot of people buy generators. Why? To be prepared for something. And again, when the Bible talks about in the book of Revelation, it talks about famine. Should we not be prepared for that? To not only to help our families, but to help others. Now, if one person does some type of preparing, that person can't feed everybody. But if some people would, they might be able to help with others. I've heard it said before that if we ever had a depression, it would be so much different nowadays, because back before the depression, everyone helped everyone. If it happened today, it'd be every man for himself. So, that's my question. Are you preparing? First of all, though, very first thing, prepare spiritually. Prepare to go to heaven. Prepare to put everything spiritually, your life, invest your life in heaven. And here on earth, be prepared for what may come. There's no guarantee. Just because we live in the United States of America does not mean we are guaranteed to have all the goods and all the wonderful things we have. We're not guaranteed that. So I just wanted to go over that a little bit, and if anyone is more curious in what to do, you can always message me. I've studied a little bit on this kind of stuff, and I try not to go over the deep end, but at the same time, I know what's coming. I would like to do what I can. You can't do everything. And some people say, well, I don't have to worry about difficult times because I'm going to be raptured out of here. Well, the Bible does speak of a rapture, but you don't know when. Tell me that you know when. Jesus didn't seem to know when. So, again, I don't find United States of America in end time prophecy. Does that mean we won't be here? Not necessarily. Does that mean, what does that mean? I don't know. Maybe it's not a focus. But times are getting difficult. I mean, look at the war going on over in Ukraine. Russia firing a bunch of missiles going over there. They threaten nukes. China's not happy with things that are going on. There's no guarantee that we're going to have peace tomorrow. There's no guarantee that something could go wrong. We're supposedly going all electric. Now, there's not enough silver in this world to provide solar panels for everybody, so I don't know how that's going to work out. And I don't know how we're going to fight a war with electric tanks. I mean, I don't understand the whole thing. We had power outages lately. I don't know how that's going to affect it. Everything just seems so topsy-turvy that it is like a fear out there. Now, I don't think we should live in fear. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and a sound mind. But being wise to know how to take care of your family spiritually and in the natural, to me, is a very important thing. What does it say about someone who won't take care of his family? Worse than an infidel. So, I just want to make everybody aware that being prepared is an important thing. Like I say, first, spiritually. And not to just think that, oh, I live in the United States of America, so everything's always going to be here. We should not trust, I want to say that, we should not put our faith, there we go, in our government or in the United States. We should not think we are better than other people in this world. We could end up a third world country just like anybody else. I mean, Rome, well, they fell. And I'm not saying the United States is going to fall. I'm just saying we should be wise about how we prepare things spiritually and in this realm for in hard, difficult times, so that we can stand. You know, we may get back to the day where we have to rely on a garden and raising our own little animals. We've gotten where we just run to the grocery store. Back years ago, that's not how they lived. And many of us have forgotten and do not have the know-how to be self-sustaining. Now, if we don't have the know-how to be self-sustaining and things happen, should we expect we hold God accountable for that? He didn't tell us to go off in the technologies and things. In some ways, I believe the Amish are pretty smart. It's just something I want people to think about. And I know this wasn't really heavily into the Bible today, but I am planning on going into more teachings that's still in play. How I can do that, I might get some help on this and have a studio set up and really be able to go through biblical studies. Just haven't got there yet, but again, I felt laid on my heart to talk about being ready for the hard times so they don't slip up on us, and do trust in God, but don't expect Him to be an entitlement program, because that's not what He is. He's a loving God. Like I said, He's provided soil, He provides rain, He provides the sunshine. We may have to someday learn to take care of ourselves, and we've gotten pretty spoiled and pretty away from that. So, thank you and have a good day, and may God bless you.